Gallup poll, Joe Biden ranked as second worst president in American history. I kind of gave the headline to this earlier today on the evening wrap up, but I kind of wanted to go into more detail about it. Um, it's second worst. I think he is the worst president in American history. Definitely in our lifetimes. But we're gonna talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. Has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Gateway Pundit, and they report that Joe Biden will be remembered as one of the worst presidents in American history, according to the latest Gallup poll. While Biden and the White House seek to rewrite his legacy as someone who improved the lives of Americans and people worldwide, that's laughably, laughably untrue. But the American public clearly feels differently. A majority of Americans, 54%, believe Joe Biden will be remembered as a below average, or 37%, or poor, 17% president. In contrast, only 19% think he will be seen as outstanding, 6%, or above average, 13%. Meanwhile, 26% say he will be regarded as average. Um, and Paul Bedard, he posted on X. He said Biden graded poor and worse, just like Nixon. Gallup summarized that they do not expect history to be kind when it comes to Biden's presidency. The pollsters explain, compared with 9 recent presidents, including in the new Gallup poll, Biden rates mostly similar to Richard Nixon, who has a negative 42 net rating. That's 12% outstanding or above average versus 54% below average or poor. Biden receives more poor reviews than Nixon does, at 37% versus 30%. But Biden gets more outstanding or above average ratings. Right now, he is evaluated similarly to Nixon, who resigned from the White House amid the Watergate scandal. Biden's fellow Democrats are less enthusiastic about his presidency than they are about other recent Democratic presidents, and Biden is the only recent Democratic president who currently has a net negative evaluation among independents. However, past presidents who finished challenging terms, including Carter, George W. Bush, and Trump, have the harsh ratings they received at the time they left the White House softened considerably over time, especially with George W. Bush. Like I don't understand how Democrats all of a sudden start gushing over President Bush. I thought that was weird for them to do. Even during the election cycle, they were trying to make it like all Republicans hated Donald Trump. I get why they did it, but it's no excuse for it because we can see we can see the hypocrisy in it. Uh, but there are many reasons why the Biden presidency was so unpopular with the public. Among them include the soaring levels of inflation, of course, his disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. How many times have I talking about? I've spoken about that. The persecution of Trump supporters, the opening of the southern border to millions of illegal aliens. That's another really big one. The prevalence of election fraud and the fact that he was already suffering from uh, early onset dementia by the time he seized office in January 2021. It is now under 2 weeks until his tenure as the leader of the free world finally comes to an end. And thank God for that. It can't get here any sooner. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Who do y'all think is the worst president? You think is Joe Biden, or you think it's someone else like Nixon? Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.